Jeep Gladiator Flood Test Take 2. Well, good morning, everybody. How are you? Pretty good here. And that's right. Today, we're going to take another look at the Jeep Gladiator and whether a rainstorm that came through actually flooded it. You know, I did a test, I don't know, a few days ago where I blasted it with a hose, sitting the other way on the driveway. So I had the nose pointing out away from the house. And indeed, I got water inside the Jeep Gladiator from my soft top up there. So I knew there was rain coming. I turned the Gladiator around the other way, left it outside overnight, just to see if indeed the problem is the rain running down from the back of the truck forward, which is what I think is the problem, or if it just floods the Gladiator all the time, no matter what way I have it parked. So you can see it's still cloudy out here, but the rain has now stopped, so I can bring the camera out. And the Gladiator is wet, the top is soaked. It did sit out overnight. We got a decent amount of rain. We had a front come through, and it's a good time to test it and see if indeed it still has a leak problem. So let me see if I can find my keys here. Ah, there we go. Let's unlock it. We're gonna find out together if it did leak. We're gonna start, I guess, in the back. Why not? Let's take a look back here. And of course, a little water is going to drip in when I open the door. So if you see any little drips right off, like this down the door sill here, that's just from opening the door. But I don't see anything on the seats. They don't feel wet. Nothing weird or wet here. Don't see anything in the top back here. So that's a good sign so far. Let's check the passenger side front now. At first glance, nothing. This is a drip just from opening the door. No issue there. Don't see anything all over the seat. That's a good thing. Nothing really around the inside here. I will note there is no water, it looks like, that was coming out of the weep hole. So nothing running back that would have fed down through here, I suppose. And then nothing on the door sill there. So far, so good, I guess. Let's go around and take a look at the driver's side rear. We'll start there. And you saw the drops probably go as I opened the door. Again, this stuff is just from me opening the door right now. I don't see anything in here. Nothing on the top of the seat. Nothing on the back of the seat. Nothing around in the top. Looking at the sills. Just normal stuff from rain and nothing on the door. So that's good. Now, we're going to take a look at the front driver's side, and that is where we had the problem. It was actually coming in before, I think, right here at this point. That's the area I'm guessing where it's coming in at, from the pattern that we saw in the previous video when I blasted it with a hose. So I'm going to try to open this gently so we don't get a lot of water. There we go. Well, at first glance, not too bad. Let's start on the door. Because when it leaked before, there was water on the door here, on the card. I don't see anything there. That's good. Nothing around the inside. Not too bad. Let's go down here. On the sill, some water here, but that's from opening the door. So no real concern there. Looking up the sill, nothing there. Nothing around the tops, again, just from the door itself opening. Up here to the weep hole, I don't see any water that's fed through on this side either. So everything that ran kind of ran this way, probably down the channel and then down through here and then off the back and then down there. Now, the biggest spot, the driver's seat, and I see nothing. I feel nothing. Looks pretty good. So I don't see any water here. I don't see any water along the edges. Nothing along the inside of the door area. Looking up at the ceiling, will be something if I pulled that down, water just fell all over, right? But it didn't, fortunately. So we don't have anything here either. That's good. And then nothing up here in the dash area. So I'm encouraged. No big problems there. I don't see anything that leaked. And like I said, overnight we did get a pretty good amount of rain here. It rained for hours. So I think if I had any issues with it running in, obviously it would have shown up there. So what does that tell me, I guess? Well, you know, the problem is that water does get in, right? I mean, I showed that in the video that I did, and then when I had the Jeep parked the other way around out there before, and then went out and checked it, I actually was just hopping in to go somewhere after we had rain overnight. There was obviously water inside the Jeep then. That's what alerted me to the problem. So the real issue seems to be when the Jeep is parked on a decline, I guess. So in other words, the way it's parked right now, you guys can see right there how it's parked right now, but turned around the other way so that the front end is pointing down, the rear end is up in the air. That is where we really have the biggest problem, or really the only problem, I suppose. And that's because water runs from the back of that point where the soft top meets the hard top, runs from the back, or the front in this case, towards the front, I guess. So it is the back, towards the front, hits that seam, and then is somehow coming into the Jeep. I've had several suggestions on what to do. People think that maybe the seal is pinched there or something, and that's creating a void or an opening so that water can wick in through there. I will say, when I did the hose test the other day, there was quite a bit of splattering inside the truck and a decent amount of water. So I think it's probably more than just a pinched seal, only because there was the volume of water. There was just so much inside. Now, granted, I was blasting it with a hose, right? So it's not like just a normal rainstorm where water is falling, you know, from the sky. It tends to rain that way from the sky. But anyway, I was kind of blasting it more at that seam just to see if indeed it leaked. Of course it did. So what am I going to do going forward, right? Well, I think my only option at this point is to go ahead and pull it off. And that simply takes 2 screws on each side, and then there's a cover in the middle. I have to remove that. And then you can take the whole thing off without removing all the side pieces and all that. So if I do that, I'll be able to take at least a closer look at that side. And maybe I only have to loosen everything so I can get it up a little bit, because I can't see underneath there right in that area that I need to look at with the top fastened down. So I think I am going to pull it off. I am going to see if there's anything evident that's there that would lead me or let me know what the leak is. The problem with water leaks, man, it only takes a little tiny area, a little tiny opening to let water in. And they can be very difficult to find sometimes. It's kind of like an electrical gremlin. You know, they're very difficult to find. Who knows? So that's what I'm going to do. Right now, it would appear that the rainstorm that came through last night did not flood out my Jeep. Fortunately, I was really worried this morning when I got up that I would come out to a ton of water in the Jeep. Didn't happen. I'm happy about that. Anyway, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you have any other suggestions, I would be more than interested to know. Also, real quick, if you're interested, check out my other channel. It is Rob Motive, all about my 2020 Toyota Tacoma back there. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.